Hey guys, this is Art once again. Same old direction, different stories, and also different retellings of old stories. I like that. Okay, so here's a question. What can I talk about right now? One thing I talked about my probation and my second DUI, but I never really explained a lot of the other things involved with it. So I'm going to do that today. So you just got a DUI, okay? Does it matter how you got the DUI? In a way, it does. Because the end result, they say all roads lead to Rome. Same thing. You drank, you drove, got busted. Now, some of you might be saying, well, what about the other times I got busted? What about the other times I got pulled over? Trust me, in the past 20 years, I probably got pulled over about 20 times. And guess what? The cops let me go. And I'm thinking to myself, I haven't made. But maybe they just probably didn't feel like doing it right that. They probably didn't feel like doing it. They were tired. Like, screw it, let this guy go. Or this guy, a lot of times when I got pulled over, I was within 2 miles from my house. So a lot of times I guess the police officer would be like, he's almost home, let him go. As long as nothing else happens, he's cool. Okay, maybe that was the case. But bottom line is, you got pulled over many times before, and you always passed. I call that the Russian roulette. Now, what is Russian roulette? Have you ever seen a revolver or a cowboy? The kinds of cowboys use, those are revolvers, 6-shot revolvers. Imagine placing one bullet in the cylinder and spinning it, and then click it back, and you just click it, click. That's what called Russian roulette. So that means all those other times you got pulled over, it was an empty chamber. And the time you got arrested, the time you got screwed over, bullet chamber hit you. Look at it that way. So now, what happened? You spend a day or a couple days in jail. So either you saw the magistrate to let you go or you got bailed out. Either or. Now, what you're going to do, what you need to do before the sentencing date. First thing first, a disclaimer. I am not an attorney. I never will be an attorney, never studied law. The most I studied law was watching Law and Order, LA Law, Ally McBeal, and some Boston Legal. That was it. Now, next. First and foremost, hire an attorney. Some people say, well, the public defenders is okay. I can't afford an attorney, so I'll go to public defender. Now, the thing is, most public defenders, they work for the courts. They work for the courts. So guess what? They're going to do everything they can to please their bosses, the court. Some of them will actually try to put up a fight. Some won't. Yes, that means you hire an outside attorney. If you can get an attorney that deals with DUI cases, perfect. But if not, that's okay. I got an attorney. And guess what? The judge won't see you unless you have one. Because if you don't have one, they could technically screw you over. No matter how much you think you're versed in the law, unless you're an attorney who did it for his profession and his career, you will be kind of outclassed and technically outgunned. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to suggest is get some substance try to go to some substance abuse counseling through your, if you have health insurance, try to go to substance abuse counseling through your health insurance. Use your health insurance to go get some substance abuse counseling. Some people say, can I go to rehab instead? 30 days in rehab, and and think about this. Honestly, do you want to spend 30 days in rehab? Especially when you don't have to? Might as well that song. I gotta go to rehab, but I say no, no, no. But anyway, substance abuse counseling. Then what happens is try to find an AA meeting that that was verified attendance for courts. Now, in a future video, I talked about AA before, and I gotta figure out where it is because after 200 videos, I didn't have the. I was just making videos. I didn't really think about organization, but I did talk about AA before. Okay, go to one of those and think about it. Even if you don't agree with them, sit there to get your damn paper signed. That's all that matters. Now, here's the thing. Now, the reason why, because the judge is probably going to tell you to do this anyway. The judge probably going to order you to do this anyway. But it's a trick. It's a trick because the judge knows you're doing all this to make yourself look better. He knows that. But if you start doing it, you get used to it. So then you start doing that, showing that proof and everything else. Attorney, boom. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you, it's hard. It's a hard, bitter pill to swallow. It is worse than taking one of these horse pills that I have to take on a daily basis. Worse than that? Yeah. Bitter. Reality, don't you love it? There's 2 words that's going to describe your situation. 2 words.
On a scale from 1 to 10, my friend, you're fucked. In lack of other words, I'd say you're fucked.
All right. That explains it. But the question is, by going to get the attorney, AA, substance abuse counseling, determines how fucked you're going to get. Are you going to get like ran a train on? Or are you going to get like 1 or 2 people? Or like a threesome kind of thing. Like, yeah, I got a threesome. Or they just ran a train through my ass. Okay? That's the idea. So here's the thing. If you're religious, if you can get a letter from your religious institution saying that, oh, what, you learned your mistake, you're trying to get it, anything that'll make you look good. It's not really going to work too well, but it helps. But anyway, after that, show up at court. Dress to impress. No t-shirt and jeans. Even though you go to court, you see people with t-shirt and jeans going in front of the court. See, I wore something like this. Looks presentable. Looks presentable. Even wore a tie with something like this. At least, is it going to help you? No, but it helps show that you're sincere. And hopefully your attorney will do a good job getting some jabs in. My judge didn't want to hear nothing. Now, what happens is, if you can, get in touch with an attorney before the court to look at the police record to see if that's what you remembered. Now, even though you said this didn't happen, even though you said that this never happened, they're going to say, well, you were so drunk, how would you remember? For example, like mine, they said that there was a big fight in the parking lot, that all these cops had to come out. And as soon as they quelled it down, they saw me driving erratically. So these couple cops jumped in the car and chased me down to try to make sure, try to take care of it. I looked at the attorney, he looked at me, and I said, damn, just look at some fucking movie, right? He goes, yeah. 9 times out of 10, that bar that you went to, that area always has fights, but it wasn't like this, I can tell you that. And then they might have to take a drinking assessment test. I had to take one. Basically, it kind of showed whether or not you're a fucking idiot and you don't have a clue, or you're a stupid fucking idiot and you don't have a clue. So it's just ways for them to solidify their point and screwing you over. Now, here's the thing. Judgment comes down, you're on be on probation. Random drug and health testing, and guess what? Substance abuse counseling and AA, or just AA in itself. Now, sometimes you might be able to kind of deal saying, I'll get the alcohol tether. And some judges will go for that because those are very stringent. Some I heard of called sobriety courts, where they had to go to the judge at least once or twice a month to prove their sobriety. That's tough. Now, remember that little clip that you heard? Yeah. You do everything right. Don't drink. Don't take alcohol. Read that content from the drug place to make sure to be careful, because you're one toothpaste away to being violated. And make sure you drink enough water for stuff like that, juice or whatever, to give a good enough sample. And if you do those things, and you do them very correctly and without any mishaps or any slip-ups, your probation period will go smooth. Of course, during probation, you don't have any say-so, you don't have any free will, you can't do much of anything. But at least you're still, it's like they say, it's sure beats the cell. Some people, I heard them say, screw it, I'll go to jail. They throw them in jail for 6 months. But they're free and clear after that. Some. But then again, my job, can I take a 6-month answer for my job and all the bills I have? No. That's the idea. If I was broke and unemployed, yeah, I'd spend 6 months in jail. Yeah, of course. Because I ain't doing anything. Probably won't, but you get the idea. But anyway, those are some tips on what to do and what you might do for your drunk driving arrest. Like I said, I'm not an attorney. This is just my own viewpoint. This is stuff I've seen. Okay. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if this happened to you, or if this going to happen to you, or something like that. Let me know. And I'll tell you the truth. I am interested in people's progress. So if you got sentences, I'm interested in hearing about your. I want you to come every now and then. Hey, guess what, Art? I just got sentenced with this, and I'll be like, okay, cool. Here's some steps. Bam. Okay. With that, I'm gonna go. It is almost 10:30, and as you can tell, I'm kind of dehydrated. Tired too, but otherwise, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And one day I'll come up with a better catchphrase.